Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you 5 tips that helped me move from just a regular diet towards a paleo-based clean diet. For me, this was something that felt rather intimidating, as it should to most people. It's this idea of cutting out most of the food groups that you've eaten and known your whole life. So for those of you that don't know, a paleo-based diet is grain-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, refined sugar-free. I feel like I'm missing something, but basically like no breads, pastas, dairy, anything that has a refined sugar in it, anything like that, you cut out. And the idea behind it is that you're eating in the way that our ancestors ate, and from just a more evolutionary standpoint, it's that our bodies are better able to process and break down those foods because our bodies have historically known those foods, whereas things that are on the market now and being sold now have a lot of ingredients that have been man-made or scientifically modified, and our bodies don't necessarily know how to process those foods, so we don't do it well, which can cause bloating, gas, just extra weight gain, things like that. And for me, that was the biggest reason why I chose to switch, was that wanting to just better digest my food, wanting to see like that bloat go away, wanting to not feel so icky, I guess. Like I feel a lot better when I eat a clean paleo diet than I do when I'm out having like pizza and carbs and stuff like that. But enough with all of that. So my first tip for you guys with moving towards a paleo diet is, if you don't buy it, you won't eat it. So think about like your Ben & Jerry's ice cream, or the bag of potato chips that you love, or like maybe even your favorite cereal. If it's not sitting in your cabinet at home, you're not going to eat it. And this sounds very like straightforward and pretty simple, but it's really easy when you're at the store to see something and just want it and grab it and put it in your cart. And then you have to go through this mental game at home of like, oh, like I shouldn't eat that, but I want it because it's there and I can have it. So the best way to just avoid this and to cut these bad things out of your life, or cut these like empty carbohydrates, refined sugar-filled foods out of your life, is to leave them at the grocery store and only bring home whole, good foods with you. My second tip for you guys is to listen to what your body is craving and work with that. So if you find yourself craving French fries or a big bowl of spaghetti or something, you're obviously craving carbs, and so you should make yourself a meal that contains a healthy carbohydrate to help combat that craving. So for me, I really like doing roasted sweet potato, or doing a zucchini noodle, or even like chickpea pasta sometimes. Those are all great sources of carbs for me, and after you eat a meal of carbs, when that's what you're craving, the craving kind of goes away. And it's interesting how that works, but you'll see, like if you're craving a piece of cake and you go and you satisfy that sugary craving with a healthier sugar like fruit, or even paleo chocolate, things like that, it helps your mind satisfy that deeper craving, and then you don't want it anymore. And the more that you do this, your body starts to go from craving like French fries and soda and pasta to craving like a sweet potato, or craving avocados and things like that. And it takes time. It takes probably like a month or something for your cravings to really start switching over. But that's why this tip is so important, like learning to listen to your cravings and interpret them and direct them correctly in that month when you're transitioning. It makes all the difference in having a successful move towards a cleaner diet. My third tip for you kind of goes along with that. Make fruit your dessert. So this one might get a little bit of like controversy, because people think you shouldn't eat fruit like that late in the day, but for me, I just have a really big sweet tooth, and it's really easy for me to like go off and eat like tons of unhealthy goodies and treats and stuff. So one thing that made a big difference for me was choosing fruit as my sweet end to a meal. Just for me, I really like having something sweet after I have a meal. It makes me just happy to do. Pick a fruit, or pick a piece of paleo chocolate, or pick something that fits your guideline that still satisfies that sweet craving. It's not like you move towards this clean diet and now you can't have anything like enjoyable. Like, there are things that you can put in there that are really enjoyable and really great alternatives to just a slice of cheesecake or a brownie or something like that. My fourth tip for you guys is to try new things. This is a great opportunity where you're introducing yourself to a ton of things that you've probably never really liked or even knew about beforehand. Obviously, when you're going through and eating like rice as a side dish with your meals, or having cereal for breakfast every morning, there's so many foods that you just don't even consider, and this is a great time to start trying new things and finding out what you like and don't like. There's such a diverse array of vegetables and fruits and meats and things like that for you to try, and it's good to find the things that you really enjoy and keep those as staples within your diet. For me personally, like, I really have never liked sweet potato. Like, growing up, I thought it was really nasty, honestly. Like, I had one bite and I was like, why would they do that to a potato? But now, being a paleo-based eater, I love sweet potato. It's like one of my favorite things to have as like a starchy side with stuff. It also is awesome with breakfast or in like nourish bowls and salads to add kind of some bulk. Other things, like, I used to really hate like asparagus and Brussels sprouts, but I've found that I'm starting to enjoy them more. Like, I've acquired more of a taste for them, and I also just enjoy the way they diversify the flavor within my meals. So yeah, definitely open yourself up to trying new things. I mean, this whole entire process is one big new experience, and with that there are plenty of new foods and new ingredients for you to find and enjoy. So my fifth and final tip for your transition is to have one area where you are relaxed with yourself. It can be a lot mentally to go from eating regular everyday food, I guess, to this more like clean lifestyle, and it can feel restricting, and you don't want it to feel that way, because as soon as you start feeling restricted by something, it becomes unhealthy for you. Switching to a paleo diet, I don't think it's something you should do unless it's something you want to do, like passionately want to do or need to do for health reasons. If you don't like fully believe in it and stand behind it, it can get unhealthy, because it is a diet that is based on a lot of guidelines that people can take as restrictions. And for me, like, the way that I kept it from feeling so restricting and difficult, because I have struggled with that in the past where I've had disordered eating due to a lot of restrictions I've put on myself. So the way that I avoided that with this transition was to have one area where I relaxed. So for me, at the very beginning, that was dessert in general, and as time has moved on, it has turned just more to chocolate. So at the very beginning, it was for me that I would eat every single meal clean, paleo, great. And at the end of the day, if I wanted a piece of cake, I would have a piece of cake or some kind of dessert. Now it's more like I will choose to do a piece of chocolate or something. So I try to cut it back even a little bit more. Obviously, chocolate has refined sugars in it, dessert has refined sugars in it, and it's not like fitting the guideline, but it was something for me that kept me feeling satisfied and happy with what I was doing. So I definitely would say go for it. Like, if you really love salad dressing and you don't feel like you could just do like some healthy salad dressing, stick with it. Like, keep your favorite salad dressing around to dress your salads with, or keep having a dessert every night if you'd like to, but just know eventually, as you move out of these cravings, to learn to cut those cravings back as well and transition into just being more healthy. And once again, I eat paleo based, so it's not like I am 100% all the time paleo, but for me, in order to maintain feeling good and also just the physique that I like, it's just the style that I try to eat by generally. But for me, like, if I'm going out to dinner with my friends and I'm gonna pay for a meal or something out, I'm just gonna get what I want, because I want to just enjoy the night and not feel restricted by anything. And that's just like how it is. I think it's a very healthy approach to it, to look at it more as a guideline and a basis for your lifestyle than the end all be all of what you have to do. The less like you try to put it as a restriction in your mind, the easier it's going to be for you to take this naturally and with stride and make it something that you can successfully implement in your life. So yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I really hope this video was helpful to some of you. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know, and also hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!